The Doctor has lost. His ageless enemy reigns supreme, and his shadow is falling over creation. Nothing can stop the devastation, except, perhaps, one woman. Welcome, friends and companions. How are you today? This is your host, Enigmatic Joker. So, Sci-Fi Fantasy fans meet on this channel for fun chats about their beloved books, movies, series, and franchises. We also talk about food and drinks, music and sport, and a special place on this channel for Doctor Who, my most loved sci-fi series. This random has multiple names. Most of the time I call it Random Entertainment Channel. Random because we discuss everything that involves entertainment, including movies and series, books, and music. We discuss everything except politics and religion, because these are not entertainment. We want to have jokes on this channel and fun and laughter. So, enough explanation about that. Random Entertainment Channel, because will be broadcast on non-fixed times, actually many different times. Yes, it's also the case with Doctor Who. Doctor Who travels through time and space. One time is in the past, one time is in the present, one time is in the future, in multiple universes, parallel worlds, other planets, whatever. So random, different times. Yeah, so you need to subscribe to this channel actually to know what time the broadcast is. If you don't want to miss something. Yeah, it also depends on your time zone, by the way. That is one of the reasons I do the live streams on different times. I want to reach so much people as possible. I want to, yeah, actually, yeah, times on different times for the different people in different countries. Yeah, so yeah, different time zones. So if you want to meet as much people as possible, I think it's good to broadcast on different times. And yeah, you can. That's the reason I do that also. Broadcast on non-fixed times on different times. So random also because we have no guests or different guests. It depends who wants to join me in Livestream panel. If you want to join me in a Livestream panel, feel free to contact me via YouTube. You can put a comment on one of my videos, and you can meet me on the Discord server, Random Entertainment Channel, Tech Doctor Who. You will find me very quick on Discord because I bump the server regularly. So you are invited to join me in live streams in a panel, and feel free also to invite me for your channel for a live stream or panel. I want to because I want to contribute also on your channel. I have a big passion and enthusiasm for Doctor Who, and maybe yeah. For other topics, I'm also available. It depends on what topic it is. In sci-fi and fantasy. But I'm available. So, in summary, you are invited. Feel free to invite me. Yes. So, for the record, Discord server is called Random Entertainment Channel Tech Doctor Who. So, cheers, mate, and have lots of fun. Your host, Enigmatic Joker, that's me. Yeah, and you can see my avatar, 15th Doctor, a 15th Doctor story, Empire of Death. And I do it in another way as usually. Because the plot is very how do you say that it is for one live stream. It's not I want to I want to do this Empire of Death story in two parts because I want to do it extensively. I want to dive deep into this, and that's I do today. I do only the analysis, some background info, some continuity. But the plot I want to do later on another live stream. That's because yeah, it needs to have more attention. It needs to more explanation. And what I'm also want to do is that I do an overall view, an overall rewatch of series 14 or slash season 1, or for some of us it is season 40. Yeah, it's also possible. So that's another thing. I'm drifting away. Yeah, and, let me explain. It is Doctor Who is a thing that is yeah, choose your own canon. Choose your own favorite doctor, so your own favorite incarnation, choose your own campaign, choose your own villain. Yeah, there's not such thing as canon into some extent. I must say it very carefully. But that's why I also enjoy Doctor Who, because you can choose your own canon, and you can interpret it your own thing. And what I was seeing by myself is that as I rewatch stories and episodes in Doctor Who, I discover new things that kind of relates to, that I can see some logic in, some non-logic also. But that is what I like so much about Doctor Who, and I discover many times, and that's why I watch every time I watch an episode uh, for second time, for third time, fourth time. I enjoy it still, one episode more than another. But I discover every time I discover new things, and that's why I love this show very much. Um, yeah, actually, I love the illogical things of Doctor Who. Yeah, I'm enigmatic. I know. I'm a mystic. I like the mystery of Doctor Who, and sometimes the things don't play out. That's what you think. Um, every fan has some expectation how things will go, and sometimes the things are not going to that direction that you are. Yeah, that you have think about. Um, that can be some stories that be the case, and that is the reason why I like this show very much. It's not always it's not always about logic. It's sometimes it also goes about unlogical things. That's why I love this show very much. That's my honest opinion about why I love how I view this, how I approach this, and why I like this show very much. And yeah, and what I want always what I want to say is also is that every incarnation of the Doctor has some things to enjoy, some strong points, and yeah, in the end, it's all about the Doctor. I love the Doctor very much. Oh, now I'm have really. I must now I'll go back to this story. What was I? Yes, that's the reason I want to talk about the Doctor, because I like it so very much. So, but I was back to where I was. Today I do a first part And then, yeah, you can actually say it Empire of Death part one, where I talk about some background info, some notes, some continuity, and then another live stream I do the plot. And the plan is that I will do a live stream about series 14 slash season 1 slash season 40 in its entirety. And then I talk about the whole. Yeah, so that's the plan. Uh, okay, today we will dive into some background info for this story. Yeah. So, for the record, Empire of Death is the eighth and final episode of series 14, season 1 of Doctor Who. It was released on June 21, 2024 Disney Plus and June 22 on 2024 on BBC One. It was the first full story to feature Sutekh as the main antagonist since Pyramids of Mars and features the death and final chronological appearance of Sutekh. Empire of Death notably retcons Sutekh's fate at the end of Pyramids of Mars, revealing that, when banishing him as the Fourth Doctor initially believed to have done, Sutekh had actually evaded his entrapment within the space-time tunnel and is revealed to have traveled with the Doctor from his fourth incarnation up to his 15th on every single adventure after Pyramids of Mars by latching onto and concealing himself on the TARDIS. The story features the Doctor's TARDIS and its desktop appearance from the spin-off Tales of the TARDIS, marking the first time a TARDIS from a spin-off show has appeared in the main story of the series. Following directly on from the events of The Legend of Ruby Sunday, the episode resolved a series secondary mystery concerning the identity of Ruby Sunday's mother, and in turn her father. In doing so, it saw Ruby temporarily depart from traveling with the 15th Doctor, marking the first time since Dan Lewis in The Power of the Doctor that a companion willingly ended their travels with the Doctor after only one series on the show. Okay, that is some background info. I will name some cast members of this. The Doctor is played by Nsuti Katwa. Ruby Sunday is played by Millie Gibson. The voice of Sutekh is played by Gabriel Wolfe. Susan Tried is played by Susan Twist. Mel Bush is played by Bonnie Langford. Cat Stewart is played by Janet Redgrave. Rose Noble is played by Yasmin Finney. Harriet Erbinger is played by Genesis Linnea. Morris Gibbons is played by Rennie Rush. The Flinks is played by Aidan Cook. The voice of Flinks is voiced by Nicholas Briggs. Colonel Ibrahim is played by Alexander Devrient. Corporal Alice Sullivan is played by Jasmine Bass. Mrs. Flood is played by Anita Dobson. Carla Sunday is played by Michelle Greenwich. Sherry Sunday is played by Angela Winter. Kind Woman is played by Cian Clifford. Amol Rajan is himself. Robert Ebb William is played by Anurian Barnard. Colonel Winston Lemuel Gidosi is played by Tahia Newell. Bailey Sinclair is played by Fela Lufadiu. And Louise Miller is played by Faye McKeever. Some world building in this story about the individuals. 2 points is Sutekh is revealed to have been latched onto the TARDIS since the events of Pyramids of Mars and showing just how horrifyingly powerful he is. TARDIS caused a total event collapse that forced the Big Bang 2. The fact he came back only after Amy Pond remembered the Doctor and TARDIS back into existence shows he even prevented his own non-existence. Second thing is that Mrs. Flood teases that the Doctor's story will end in absolute terror. Some locations. The time vortex has been shown to mutate living beings that travel in them. Um, Martha Jones had a superior immune system to regular humans because of her travels in the TARDIS, resisting the reset drug longer. And River Song gained the power of regeneration when conceived in the TARDIS, while it was in the vortex. So world building with the Doctor. 5 points. The Doctor says he's an extinction event. Second thing, the Doctor confirms he traveled to all those different worlds in the past because he thought it was fun. Third thing is that when Ruby asks the Doctor who the man with hair is when watching Sutek's past encounter, the Doctor declines to confirm to Ruby it is one of his past faces. He simply responds to men and a woman used to travel in the TARDIS like him and Mel. Fourth thing is that the Doctor hopes to one day finally find and see his granddaughter Susan again. And the fifth thing is that the Doctor shows his retirement as his predecessor made him empathy stronger. Even though Sutek needed to die, he still showed regret for having to the Titan be burned into nothing by the time vortex. Some notes, 6 notes. When this episode first aired, a combination of this episode and the previous one was shown in cinemas in the UK. For cinema viewers, a special message from Millie Gibson was played during the intermission, thanking people for coming out so late to watch the episode in cinema. Second note, a new variation of, quote, Doctor's team, end quote, is heard when the universe resets, as done in TV story Forest of the Dead and the Time of the Doctor. The Forest of the Dead is a 10th Doctor story with companion Donna Noble, and the Time of the Doctor is an 11th Doctor story with companion Clara. Is by the way, it's a Christmas special. That's for the record. Yeah. Third thing is that Mrs. Flood carries an umbrella and suitcase while on the roof, evoking the imagery of Mary Poppins. Missy similarly did so, which was pointed via Twitter in After Who Live when Deep Breath premiered 10 years ago. Deep Breath is a story with the 12th Doctor, Peter Capaldi, and Clara. Fourth thing is that the flashback from Susan is taken from the colorized remastered version of TV story The Daleks with the first Doctor William Hartnell and the companions Ian Chesterton, Barbara Wright. Yes, and Susan's granddaughter. The fifth note I have is that people dying and turning to dust is similar to the events of the American superhero movies Avengers in Infinity War. And the sixth thing is that Russell T Davies revealed in an interview he got the story idea of Ruby's mother being an ordinary human rather than something special from the character Rise story arc in Star Wars The Last Jedi. So, there were some myths and rumors before this story aired. There were 9, maybe more, but the 9 I have noticed. First myth and rumor was that Trickster will appear, and this was proven false. Second, Susan Foreman will return, and this was proven false, though she is mentioned and shown in a flashback. Third thing is that the 14th Doctor and or Donna Noble will return. This was proven false. The fourth thing is that the Master will return. This is also proven false. Fifth thing is that Sean Pertwee will appear as the third Doctor. This was proven false. Sixth thing is that the Daleks will return. This was proven false, though they are mentioned. Seventh thing is that Davros will return. This was also proven false. Eight things that the Sandman and Gagan Rasmussen will return as part of the titular Empire of Death, led by Sutek. This was also proven false. And the last thing is that Ruby Sunday will depart as a companion. This was proven true. By the way, for this season, you think this is proven true. Okay, some filming locations. Three things. Some filming took place at One Central Square in Cardiff in June 2023. And filming took place near Principality Stadium in Cardiff. And other sets in Cardiff include Cardiff City Hall and Barry Vale of Glamorgan. Okay. I repeat myself again and again in everlasting. I'm now doing the continuity because Doctor Who stories episodes and are to some extent related to each other, reference to each other, are linked to each other, and are from influence to each other. And in my case, every time I rewatch a story or episode, I discover new things. So continuity is developing, and it's also in a if interpretation because at the end of the day, every fan has his own interpretation in canon in continuity. So, but this is my take, this is my interpretation in continuity, and the things I see linked to each other in the Doctor Who universe or Booniverse. Yeah, but take some water. Okay. Uh, First thing is that the memory TARDIS from TV spin-off is Tales of the TARDIS and returns and becomes real in the story. The second thing is that inside the memory TARDIS, Mel finds and hugs the multicolored coat and bow tie of the Sixth Doctor from TV story Trial of a Time Lord. Yeah, Sixth Doctor Colin Baker. Third thing is that Ruby finally learns the identity of her parents, having wanted to know since TV story The Church on Ruby Road. That is the Christmas special. Fourth thing is that Ruby once again notes how the memory of her mother keeps glitching past her so she can't see her face, as it did in TV story The Legend of Ruby Sunday. That's the previous story of the previous episode of his two-part story with its own name. Fifth thing is that Ruby once more summons Snow when focusing on her desire to see her mother, as she did in TV story The Legend of Ruby Sunday. Sixth thing, uh, the memory TARDIS contains several items of the Doctor's past. The jump seat of the 11th Doctor's TARDIS console room in the 11th hour, handles from TV story The Time of the Doctor, the head of a clockwork droid from TV story The Girl in the Fireplace, that's with 10th Doctor David Tennant, the sonic screwdriver of the 14th Doctor from TV story The Star Beast, the 13th Doctor sonic screwdriver from TV story The Ghost Monument, that is with the 13th Doctor, that's Jodie Whittaker, the fire extinguisher from TV story The Angels Take Manhattan. There's also with 11th Doctor. The Seventh Doctor's jumper from TV story Time and Irani, Sylvester McCoy. The sonic screwdriver from TV story The Night of the Doctor. The TARDIS console from TV story Rosa, acting as a fireplace. The tennis glass from TV story The Church of Ruby Road. And the time rotor from TV story The Three Doctors. Yeah. So that's why I like this, by the way, these memory TARDIS and all these attributes. Because, yeah, it brings back memories. Yes. Bring back memories. It's also good to have these links. I like that in Doctor Who that you have regular yeah links to the past and see all these attributes. It reminds you of all those stories with the Doctor. Yes, very nice, very nice. Another thing is that the Doctor was fond of spoons before. The Doctor was fond of spoons before, by the way. The Seventh Doctor liked to use them as a musical instrument in the TV story Time in Irani. And the 12th Doctor fought Robin Hood with a spoon during the events of TV story Robot of Sherwood. And the 13th Doctor even melted spoons to make her own sonic screwdriver in TV story Woman Who Fell to Earth. So the Doctor has something up with spoons. Yeah, it's okay. We can do a live stream in the future about Doctor and the spoons. Yeah, yeah, yeah. What an idea! What an idea! What an idea! Yeah. Another thing is that the Third Doctor liked to use a dog whistle on K9, as seen in TV story The Ribos Operation. Another thing is that the cloister bell is heard. It has sounded as a sign of danger before, like in TV story Last of the Time Lords, Time Crash, Last of the Time Lords, and Turn Left. Another thing is that the sound the doors of the memory TARDIS make when they close has been heard before, notably in TV story Two Doctors, Logopolis, the Fourth Doctor, and Robots. Another thing is that Ruby is able to watch the Doctor's first encounter with Sutek when he was the fourth Doctor, depicted in TV story Pyramids of Mars on a screen in the memory TARDIS. Another thing is that Doctor uses the intelligent glove again, remarking that his using it with Ruby was the first time they properly met, as seen in TV story The Church of Ruby Road. Next thing is that the Doctor mentions how he cast Sutek into the time vortex and aging him to death, which he did in TV story Pyramids of Mars. Sutek reveals that he had survived balancing onto the TARDIS as it traveled through the time vortex. And another thing is that Sarah Jane Smith appears through the memory of the Doctor's first encounter with Sutek in TV story Pyramids of Mars, and the Doctor reveals that she was someone who used to travel in the TARDIS as seen in TV story Planet of the Spiders. Third Doctor. Another thing is that the Doctor and Ruby used the intelligent rope and intelligent gloves again, last seen in the TV story The Church on Ruby Road. Another thing is that the 73 yards or 66.7 meters is revealed to be the TARDIS radius of its perception filter, as implied in TV story 73 yards. Another thing is that Doctor remarks how he and Mel met Albert Einstein in TV story Time and Irani. With the seventh Doctor, Sylvester McCoy. The Doctor notes that Susan Triad and her counterparts all had real identities created for them by the TARDIS. The tenth Doctor once noted TARDIS did similar for his human counterpart when hiding from the family of blood in TV story Human Nature and in the Family of Blood. That's what the 10th Doctor, David Tennant. So the Doctor once more states that Roger Ap Gwynne is the most dangerous Prime Minister of Britain's history, recalling when he said it in TV story 73 Yards. Ruby can't recall whether or not she ever met him, because the events from that timeline were erased. However, she once again shows echoes of that timeline in her knowledge at 66.7 meters in 73 yards, and had a vague familiarity of meeting Gwydion. Another thing is that on the screen he holds, the Doctor sees the TARDIS landing from past adventures. Rivals Operation, the Five Doctors, Mind Warp, the City of Death, TV Doctor Who movie uh, from 1996, Tunish End, Utopia, Daleks in Manhattan, and a town called Mercy. Another thing is that the Doctor references several years when he landed on Earth. 1999 in movie Doctor Who, and 1066 in TV story The Time Meddler, and in 2005 in TV story Rose. Another thing is that Doctor states that Scarrow is the home planet of the Daleks, as seen in TV story Genesis of the Daleks and A Magician's Apprentice. And how Telos is the home planet of the Cybermen, as set in TV story The Doctor Falls. He also references the Ood sphere as home of the Ood from the TV story The Impossible Planet and Planet of the Ood. Messelin that the 10th Doctor visited in TV story The Doctor's Daughter and Sean Shen in TV story Turn Left. Another thing is that Vortis was visited by the first Doctor in TV story The Web Planets. Spyrdon was visited by the third Doctor in TV story Planet of the Daleks. Tigella was visited by the fourth Doctor in TV story Meglos. And also Calofrax in TV story The Pirate Planet. And Karn was also first visited by the fourth Doctor in TV story The Brain of Morbius. So, another thing is that Mrs. Flood calls the Doctor a clever boy. Clara Oswald and her splinters also used to call him this, as seen in TV story Asylum of the Daleks and The Name of the Doctor. Another thing about Mrs. Flood is that Mrs. Flood is seen wearing an outfit similar to ones worn by Romana in TV story The Rebus Operation. Another thing is that Kate bemoans, "Oh, one day shooting an enemy will work," recalling its failure against the Toymaker in TV story The Giggle with the 14th Doctor. Although they did, but it did work on Stingray's TV in TV story Planet of the Dead. Another thing is that the Doctor remarks how he left Susan, his granddaughter, during the events of TV story The Dalek Invasion of Earth. Another thing, and that's about Ruby, is that Ruby willingly ends her travels with the Doctor. This has occurred before, notably with Martha Jones in TV story Best of the Time Lords, and Dan Lewis in the TV story The Power of the Doctor. Another thing is that the Doctor claims he will see Ruby again, having once promised the same to Sarah Jane Smith in TV story School Reunion, and Martha Jones said it to him when she willingly ended her travels with the 10th Doctor in TV story Last of the Time Lords. Another thing is that the Doctor is seen wearing his original outfit again from when he first met Ruby in TV story The Church on Ruby Road. And the last thing in the continuity is that Mel is aware of the Daleks, having encountered them in the audio story The Juggernauts. And we are the Daleks. And so, that, my friends, is for now is as all I have to say about this story for this episode. Empire of Death. For the record, The Legend of Ruby Sunday and Empire of Death are one story. So two episodes, and every episode has its own name. Previous is Legend of Ruby Sunday, and this second part in the finale is Empire of Death. And again, I've discussed not everything. I've not talked about everything because I think that it is good to do another live stream again for the episode Empire of Death, where I will talk about the plot. Why? So it's good for now. So next time somewhere in the past or in the future. I will do this. Uh, yeah, to be continued. To be continued. So that's for now. Last thing is the commercials. Okay. Sci-fi and fantasy fans and all sort of fans, you are welcome. You are welcome. Meet on this channel for this fun chats about their beloved books, movies, series, and franchises. We also talk about dreams, music, and sport, and a special place on this channel for my most beloved sci-fi series, Doctor Who. Yeah, I have multiple names for this channel, but usually I'm using the name Random Entertainment Channel. Yeah, because random, because we can discuss everything that involves entertainment, including movies and series, books and music, and no religion or politics, because that are entertainment. I want to have jokes. I want to have fun on this channel. So no politics and no religion. Yeah, kick out. Random, mysterious, enigmatic. Yes, I'm an enigmatic joker. Well, you know, random, because we will broadcast on non-fixed times, actually on many different times. Yes, that's the case with the Doctor Who universe or universe. Yeah, it's not linear. It's not. It goes all the way this way, that way, that way. Different times on the day. Yeah, if you want to meet so much people as possible. Different time zones. So blah blah blah. That's why really I have non-fixed times. Actually, and yeah, you want to have waves. And when you feel the wave, you go traveling in the TARDIS, companions and friends. Random also, because we have no guests or different guests. It depends who wants to join me in the live stream panel. If you want to join me in the live stream panel, feel free to contact me via YouTube. You can put a comment in one of the videos to contact me, and you can visit me on the Discord server, Random Entertainment Channel on Discord server. You search on Discord, tag Doctor Who, you find me very quick because I bump the server regularly. So that's it. You are invited to sit next to me and to talk about Doctor Who and other things, you know. But you can feel free to invite me for your channel. I want to contribute on your channel. I want to make friends. I want to also participating in a panel in your live stream. So, in summary, you are invited for live stream on this channel, and feel free to invite me for your channel. Yeah. Okay. So again, the Discord server is called Random Entertainment Channel Tech Doctor Who. Is so cheers, mate. Have lots of fun. Your host, Enigmatic Joker. So everyone, have a nice day and have a nice weekend. I'm looking forward to meet you. Bye bye. Bye bye.